who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
FX's Grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here!
Courtney B. Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelsey.
There's no future after this.
FX's Grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Cap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Cap is on.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
The LA Afternoon Drive takeover.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys, they're all over me right now. It's like I'm in back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm.
Here we go.
You don't know. You don't know. And you know why you don't know? Because you're gutless, Andy. You're gutless.
Sedano and Cap.
God, I'm going to melt you.
Beep-ba-da-bop. Do-ba-da-bop. Boom-ba-da-bop.
Yeah.
Beep-ba-da-bop. Doom-da-da-bop. Cappy, yeah. I saw Asminger yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I was watching them on TV after all the games were over.
Can I just say one thing? Just turn this
Greg
up for 1 second.
Amsinger, by the way, is his real name.
No, it's Asminger.
Turn this up for one quick second. I want to say to everybody who's
all
tuning
these
in,
TVs,
yes,
all these TV
yes,
like broadcasts are
yes,
now using
you know
this.
it.
You are all stealing this from us.
Hey.
And we stole it from the San Diego Chargers many years ago.
and they stole it from the Who.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, I got an idea. You know what we need to do? We need to get Pete Townsend, the guitar player from the Who. He's still alive, right?
Right.
We need to get Pete Townsend on this show.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, like, for example, a lot of these baseball games, you're seeing them obviously all on Fox, right?
Right.
Well, don't you know that we've got a bunch of friends and a bunch of listeners, because, freaking everybody's listening, right? All the people at Fox here in L.A., they're listening. And then they hear it, and they're all like, they're riding down the road, and they're like, bing, ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop, ba-da-ding, ba-da-bop.
I'm not going to say who, but there is a Fox executive who listens to this show all the time.
Every day.
And I love you, but did you jack our music?
Hey, and he texts me all the time. And I know we're talking about the same guy. So he's like, you know what? That song gets me hyped. And it's also his way of sending out a message to us. Like, I hear you guys, and I want to say to everybody who's listening, every time you hear that song, Eminence Front, and you think to yourself, Sedano and Cap, and you think to yourself, bing, ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-da, videotape it, put it on Twitter, tag us, and let us know.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love all of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good today because, yesterday we were off.
We were off. I feel more refreshed.
Yes, I feel very energetic today.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you guys in a while, man.
Yeah.
I know. It's been a minute, Big D.
Yeah. For me, it's been 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Briones was taking shots at you the other day when we were doing the morning show.
I heard.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
No, I heard. Yeah.
He was taking swipes. I'm like, why are you messing with my guy, Big D, man?
You were taking strays, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of taking strays, just because my brain's going to work like this today, so everybody just hang with me for a second. Did you guys see this video that's going around on Twitter of this giant a-hole who's wearing a Ravens jersey, walking around with two dudes behind him with cell phones, videotaping, and he's looking for people to beat up? And he beats up these two Washington Commander fans. Have you guys seen this video?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so now he has no job.
Okay, and they outed him. They're like, here's his name, here's what he does. And they
what did he do?
He
beat the crap out of him.
No. I know that part. I'm just saying, like, what did he do for a living?
I don't remember because I looked him up on Facebook. I actually found him on Facebook.
He's an insurance salesman. He's beating people up.
Dude, you got to see this video. This guy.
I feel like there's some irony there.
Dude, he's walking down the street in this Ravens jersey.
Yeah.
And he's got these two dudes behind him, and the one dude's like hyping him up like he's Mike Tyson going into the ring, for a heavyweight championship fight. And he sees these two smaller Washington fans, and they're kind of like, hey, man, we don't want any trouble from you. He starts kicking this one dude. Guy doesn't have his hands up. He's not going to fight back. And he freaking lands a right to the side of this kid's face. You hear it. And then the kid goes flying into a car. He's out cold on the ground.
This is in the parking lot after the game.
No, I don't know if it was in a parking lot. It seemed like he was walking down the street in Baltimore. And then he takes the other guy and he starts kicking him and he's punching him like he's a hockey player. People are screaming. Bodies are flying. And then he literally turns around. He flexes his right arm and he goes, I never lose. Never lose. And I'm like, brother, you are now on the internet having been seen millions of times assaulting people for no reason. God, I wish he would do that to Big D. I just wish he would come up to you and me, Big D. I'd be behind you.
I was just going to say you and him.
I'd be behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be behind you. I'd be like, oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? Big Ravens fan? Come on. D, handle this. And then you pick him up over your head and throw him into the brick wall. Kick his freaking ass, this guy. All right, I'm back.
His name is Jack Callis.
That's right. That's his name, Jack Callis. Kick his freaking ass,
What
this
a
guy.
dummy. Producer and sales executive at the Castendike Insurance Group.
Yeah, that's right. Not anymore.
What a dummy.
Yeah.
You just blew a huge... that sounds like a good job.
Dude, put him in jail. Put this guy in jail, man.
I mean, he's definitely going to get charged, right?
Yeah.
Got to.
Anyway, all right, I'm back. I'm back to where.
Holy moly.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see what he did?
Yeah.
Punched that kid right in his face. Blasted him into that car. Kid's out cold.
Ooh, I just watched it right now.
See that?
Out cold, man.
Dude, he didn't even put his hands up like, hey, I know you want to come fight me. I'll defend myself.
You know what? He did flex. He did flex in the camera like, yeah come on now.
Yeah, right. I'm like, brother, please. I will have big
He's
D
a monster,
kick
though.
your-
That guy's a
How-
big dude.
How big is he? I can't tell
He's
how big
got
he
to
is.
be big. Like, he's towering over everybody walking down the street.
Okay, well, you know what? Me and D together, we'll take him down.
As in D.
Yeah, D, I'll get on all fours behind him. You push him over me, and then we'll jump on him.
There you
Kick his
go. I
freaking
got
ass.
you.
And I'll tell you who else's ass I want to kick is the guy carrying the camera. Because if you listen to the video, they're like, oh, he was like making it seem like somebody was actually fighting back, like it was a mistake. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know who this guy is. He's Jack Callis, apparently. Let's find that guy.
Yeah, we should find him.
Find him.
I think his life is already pretty much ruined enough.
Yeah, probably.
What
so.
a dummy.
Yeah.
What? I mean, how much alcohol do you have to drink to do that, to ruin your life?
I'm going to go beat somebody up on camera.
Right. Like, what? Anyway.
You know what we should do to that guy? You know what we should do to him? You want to punish that guy?
Offer him the midday show?
No, I was thinking. I was thinking of like put him in right field at Dodger Stadium. Let's see how tough you are out there. Let's see how tough you are out there in right field at Dodger Stadium, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, start your business out there. Let's see what happens.
Speaking of the Dodgers.
Or put him in a Raider game. Just throwing ideas out there. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, this weekend was a Steeler game.
Yeah, that's right. Steelers fans were dying there with them terrible towels and that.
All right, let's do this. We'll get to the Dodgers in a second.
All right, thank you.
Let's break on time here.
Really?
Yes, and let's actually do the show the way it's intended to be done.
Oh,
which is with real time to do real segments.
Well, we're already behind a whole segment now.
No, it's fine, and we have a short show anyway.
You got to warm up, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I
know.
It's the just because Christopher's not here doesn't mean we're not doing the warm up act to start the show.
You got to get loose.
Yeah,
you never know what comes into your
but
head.
But at least without Christopher here, and I love you. I say this, I kid because I care. I mean, we'll at least stay on task today. I feel like so. There's that.
We hope so. You guys keep me on task.
The great Beto Duran, by the way, the Cisco kid is in the other side of the glass. I saw a second ago. You called him Beto Duran the other day.
Yeah, why was that?
Because he left a duty in your bathroom.
That's right. You guys didn't hear this?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. So when George and I were doing mornings last week,
You
I think
just
it was
said
on
liar.
On Thursday, Beto stops at my house on the way down.
Yeah.
Walks into my
Jumped
house.
on the show.
Right. Walks into my house, goes into my bathroom, drops a giant you-know-what.
Yeah.
Then goes into my kitchen, gets the coffee, and then compliments my coffee. Says, you get that gourmet coffee. Not, and I was like, hey, listen, when Bonnie buys the coffee, she buys the garbage. I buy the gourmet stuff. Pulp Fiction for anybody who knows.
Who's Bonnie?
Well, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
you know
Fiction,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I think Samuel L. Jackson said yesterday on Twitter, it's been like 30 years since Pulp Fiction came out. So, if you still know the movie, you know the movie.
Yeah.
And then Beto, he dropped the deuce, took some coffee, jumped on the air.
And then went to Mexico.
And bounced.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. We can get his side of the story later. But first, Cappy, let's talk about Prize Picks. What do you got tonight, man? Yankees Gardos tonight is on the air. What are you looking at?
So I was playing. I started to build this card a little bit earlier today. I was going to take Aaron Judge for more than half of a walk. Okay.
Okay, he's definitely been getting on base that way. He has not been getting hits because he doesn't have a lot of protection in the lineup. But nonetheless, I would say Giancarlo Stanton is very hot right now.
Okay, so I was going to take so I was going to go for half of a walk. Okay, there.
Yeah.
Then I was going to take Juan Soto tonight for more than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I was going to take Garrett Cole for more than 5 strikeouts.
You should take Stephen Kwan for more than whatever hits he has.
I wouldn't go more on Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole has not been the same Garrett Cole since he's returned from injury, so I would go less there.
Okay.
What's the Stephen Kwan hits at?
He's at half of a total base.
Oh, you definitely need to play that.
Half of a hit.
Above.
And let's see.
See, Juan Soto, if I was to do a Juan Soto, it would be the total bases. I would do a 1.5 total bases.
Okay.
Right? Because that means he can get a walk, too.
All right, let me say this. It's really, listen, Prize Picks is the best. It's so much damn fun. Seriously.
Right. It's very simple.
Right.
It's you pick a player, more or less. It's that simple. You can win up to 100 times your money. And Cappy, here in California, if you want sports action, Prize Picks is the place to do it.
And if you make your first $5 play, you get that $50 bonus automatically. Whether you win or you lose, it doesn't even matter. So download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. By the way, be on the lookout because Anthony Edwards, as the NBA season is about to tip off, the first game, it's half of a point. So you remember what they did with Caleb Williams?
Right.
For all those
half
weeks?
a yard, yeah.
This is going to be half a point. So that's going to be a free square, easy winning square. No problem. And by the way, one other note, today's Taco Tuesday, so that I got all kinds of specials for you today on Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make the first $5 play. Get the $50 bonus, George.
All right, Cappy. It's Prize Picks. Get it. Get the Prize Picks app. Do it. Promo code Cappy. Have some fun with us. All right. Coming up next, the Dodgers. They had a bullpen game, but was it a real bullpen game? We dissect it next.
The most followed sports radio.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Will buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days. Not weeks, not months, days. No repairs are needed because they buy the home as is. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. It's no wonder why thousands of sellers have chosen Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and the most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell now, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
It's football season, and Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for all the action on the gridiron. With a game-changing rewards program, plus an amazing selection of tickets, Vivid Seats ensures that every fan can catch their favorite teams and players in action. Vivid Seats has you covered with deals that cater to every football enthusiast. And all tickets come back by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Just visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Within you flows the power. It's rich, vibrant, strong. And today, that power is needed more than ever before. 1 in 3 African American blood donors has the power to help save the life of a person battling sickle cell disease. So use that power to help those in our community who need it most. Make an appointment with Red Cross at redcrossblood.org/ourblood to donate today.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Walks around like a little puppy dog.
On 710 ESPN.
Big Ten, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I do?
I like the way you work it. No diggity.
I got to bag it up.
Bag it up, Cappy.
I like the way you work it. No diggity.
I got to bag it up.
Yeah.
Way yo, way yo, way yo, way yo.
I got to bag it up.
Bag it up, D.
I like the way you work it.
What you got to do, man?
I got to bag
What channel is the ALCS on? Is that on TBS?
Yeah, I was just you need it on your TV in there, huh?
Yeah.
I was just noting how funny it is, like the filler shows that they put on until baseball starts. It's like Malcolm in the Middle or
TBS? Yeah, TNT does the same thing during basketball. It's like Charmed or something like that. Yeah,
I'll put yours on right now.
But I've got Fox 11 on the TV.
Yeah, me too.
I
Well, that
can't-
was where the Dodger game was on yesterday.
Yeah, I know, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how they're playing
They play Pictionary.
I don't even know.
Dude,
what is
Pictionary's
this?
fun.
Yeah, but what show is this?
See, you know what? Instead of the Family Feud, we should do Pictionary next year at the Mandy's.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We need to freshen things up.
Yeah, we do. It's gotten stale, the Mandy's.
I mean, I was just saying freshen things up. I mean,
it's gotten stale.
You just
Wait,
went
DeAndre
right for
has
it.
just informed me that they took away the remote control feature on our computer in here.
Yeah, you have to like go in the back now.
Oh,
In
that's
the rack
ridiculous.
Room. Yeah, you have
And
to,
do
like,
what?
You have to like change the
You got to
channel
rack
in
it
the back.
in the rack
in
room.
here for the TVs.
In the rack room.
Yeah,
You're kidding
that's
me.
ridiculous. Hang
Oh,
on.
Funchy knows how
I'll
to
let
do it.
Funchy know.
There's
Funchy,
yeah.
can you help us out?
We have a
Is
rack
Funchy
room?
here? Yeah, we have a
here?
rack room. It's right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You never seen it?
I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't know it was a rack room.
Yeah,
I'm
rack
here.
it.
Now that I know that it's a rack room, I'll go in there.
And get racked?
I want to get racked. Yeah. Somebody rack me.
All right, Cappy. So the Dodgers had a bullpen game, and everybody was like, all right, another bullpen game.
Yep.
This is the strength of their team. This should be great, except it really wasn't a bullpen game.
Well, what do you mean it wasn't a bullpen
Well,
game?
they started with the opener with Ryan Brazier, right? Look, he gave up a run. It's fine. Francisco Lindor's awesome, okay? It's going to happen.
Wait a second. Hold on. It had been 30 straight.
Yeah,
33 straight scoreless
Tied the
innings.
record. Yeah.
At some point, a team like the Mets, which has been like the comeback kings of the last like
Correct.
3 weeks,
Yeah.
they're going to score.
Correct.
Would you expect it to go like to 42?
Yeah, let's be reasonable, okay? So they gave up one. Fine, no big deal. The problem then was you didn't go to the bullpen. You did, but you didn't. You went to Landon Knack, who's a starter. He's not really a bullpen guy.
I mean, he did pitch in the game 4.
I get it.
He pitched in the bullpen game in game 4.
I get it, but he finished the game, okay?
So?
Like, you're asking a guy to come in the second inning who has a specific routine. He can go through his routine to finish a game. And by the way, you asked him to finish a game that was an 8-run game at that time. Yeah, I mean, it was completely low leverage. Yeah, you're asking him to pitch in a high leverage situation down a run.
But you're saying he's a starter, okay? He's a starting caliber type guy.
Right.
So if you're bringing him in the second inning, like, hey, we just want to get through one. Then you come in. Let's see if we can get you 3-4.
Right, but he's not a guy that I would have put in a high leverage situation. You're already down a run. So as much as I've been on Dave's side, okay, that's one where I'm like, doesn't make sense. And
quick question for you, though.
Yeah.
When you said earlier during Super Crosstalk that schlubs like me, Mason, and Ireland, that Mike Tomlin knows a whole lot more about football than we do, and that's why he's going to go to Russell Wilson. Does this not count for Dave Roberts?
It's different.
You're not a schlub here?
It's different in baseball.
Oh, it is.
Do you know why?
Tell me.
Because there's way more, and you know this because you played football. Football is a far more complex game, okay?
Okay.
Baseball, the average schlub like me has all the same, it can find all the same information that Dave Roberts and Andrew Friedman and everyone, I mean, maybe there's some proprietary information, but for the most part, it's a math game. So everybody has the ability to see the math in front of them. So if you look at Landon Knack, okay, and you say to yourself, okay, yeah, he's got a 3.72 ERA. That's not bad. Right. But his fielding, his FIP, basically, which is, I believe, called fielding inside of pitching is what it's called.
His FIP?
Independent of pitching.
Oh.
Fielding independent of pitching, which is basically a funky stat to tell you what the pitchers do, but it only focuses on the things that they can control. So how hard the ball is hit, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. Strikeouts, walks, and home runs. If you use that number, which is actually a more indicative number of how good a guy is pitching during a representative sample size, his FIP is 4.72. So that means he's giving up nearly 5 runs a game, not under 4 a game in real life.
Well, what he gave up was 5 hits and 5 runs, and they were all earned.
Right, because he's not a guy. He's a young kid. You're trusting him in a high leverage situation. Down a run, you're up 1 game. You're not up 3-1 in the series. You're not up 8-0 like you were the other day. This is a real difficult spot to put a kid in who's never been in a situation like that. That to me is malpractice.
Oh wow, malpractice.
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was that serious. You're also not down 5-0. You're down 1-0.
Right.
So look, I'm going to disagree here, and I'm going to say
if you're down 5-0, I'd rather see Landon Knack because I don't care what happens at that point.
Yeah, but at 5-0 with the Dodgers lineup,
you're 5-0 because of Landon Knack.
This game is not over.
Doesn't have a knack for pitching in that spot.
Apparently not. But you know what the thing that cracks me up about this is that prior to yesterday's result, every Dodger fan that I was hearing from, and by the way, all Dodger fans, I'm not even checking the circle of trust yet. If I hear from anybody today, Cap, don't comment on the Dodgers. You were rooting for the Padres. They lost. Don't be rooting against the Dodgers. I got news for you. I'm rooting for a Dodgers-Yankees World Series because to me, that's the best World Series there is. That's the most fun. That's the most historic. So I'm going to watch every game. I'm going to watch every pitch, and I'm going to give you opinions on everything, even if I was rooting for the Padres to win. And here's my opinion. I disagree, George. I think that Dave Roberts, prior to yesterday's result, was being lauded as having made every right
until
move.
Yesterday.
Okay, and so now what I find funny is that yesterday you've won 3 straight games, 2 to close out the first series, 1 to rip open the National League Championship Series. Now you've got to trust your manager because he's done everything right, and he looks at it and he goes, this is not a 5-game series. This is a 7-game series. I'm not saying that I'm sacrificing the game. I'm saying I'm managing it a little bit differently because it's going to go a little bit longer.
I will say this. I will say that the one positive I will take out, now that I've given you the side of what I don't agree with, I will say this. He has, and I said this today on TV, he has now put himself in a position where his starters are now more rested, well-rested, and clearly, Lord knows, they need as much rest as possible because they're not very good this year, that he has set up his pitching staff better for the rest of the series. But I still think you could have gone true bullpen game without using Landon Knack.
Okay, but I just want to say this.
And giving yourself potentially a better shot to win the game yesterday.
Right, but I don't think, like so many fans that I heard complaining yesterday, that this was some like sacrificial game. Like, hey, you know what? We don't really care. We've got a 1-0 lead. We've got 3 games on the road. We don't really care. I think what Dave Roberts was doing was what you just said. He's setting up so that his starters are fresher. And by the way, when you look at some of the names, like Trinan, for example, or Hudson as an example, or Phillips, these guys weren't in this game yesterday, but they were in Game 4. Right. They were in Game 4 against the Padres. So what I'm saying to you is
no, he said that pretty much in the postgame.
Yeah, so he's got now.
But I don't believe you sacrifice a game.
But I'm not saying he did sacrifice
it. feels like he did.
Why? Because the Mets actually won one? Can I just
No,
ask you a quick
because
question?
Landon Knack should not be pitching in these games.
Okay, but wait, I have a quick question.
Unless it's a blowout.
I have a question for you. Did you expect the Dodgers to win this series 4-0?
No, but I expected them to win. You have to play 3 straight in New York.
Yeah.
And by the way, yes, you can argue and say, well, they won every game they played in New York this year, except none of those pitchers that pitched that game are going to pitch in this series.
I'm going to say this right now.
Got to win at home in the playoffs.
I'm just going to say
I agree.
This. I'm just going to say this. Prior to yesterday, everybody was saying how great of a job managing Dave Roberts was doing.
And then yesterday, I didn't agree with what he did.
But hold on.
It's okay to not agree.
No, that's fine.
I know he's your boy.
He is my boy.
Is he still your boy?
He's my guy.
Okay.
But you got to give him a little bit of leeway to think that what he was doing was setting up for a 7-game rather than a 5-game.
But I'm a believer at this time of year, you got to go for the game that's in front of you. That's just my personal belief, and that's fine. Listen, it doesn't mean I don't like him. It doesn't mean I still won't defend him in Game 3 if he does something right that the fans disagree with. That as long as it makes logic, that I will defend. I didn't agree with that move.
Okay, can I ask you guys this question?
Real quick, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's just hold off on pitching for a second. Let's go to the other side. Tell me this. In Game 1 against the Mets, the bats came alive.
Yeah.
Runs were being scored. Guys were on base.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, what were they with runners in scoring position yesterday?
Well, the top of the lineup was terrible. Sean Manaea destroyed the top of the lineup.
And that's the point I want to make.
Right, but eventually Sean Manaea was only going to go. He's not a guy that's going to go a long way in the game, right? He's going to go 5 innings.
All I want to say is,
and then they were able to get runs on the board, and then Kike came up short 2 times, leaving 5 guys stranded in those spots. But you can't be depending on Kike to bring in runs every time.
No, you know who you're depending on?
The guys at the top of the lineup.
Who did what?
0 for 19 against Manaea.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I get it. But what I'm saying is you dug yourself a deeper hole by your decision pitching. You know who also dug themselves a hole is Lindsay's Gardos, but I knew she got a chance to at least celebrate this weekend because they got themselves into the ALCS. They're now the gutty little Gardos.
They are. And like I was telling you guys, you know that they're out of the top, I think the top 3 highest payrolls in baseball. That's the other 3 teams, and then you got the Gardos. But yes, you're right, George. I was celebrating this weekend. On Saturday, I was gearing up for some celebrating when I was in Charlotte visiting my family, and we were getting ready for the games. We stopped at the local establishments there, and to my surprise, I saw the Stella Rosa display with all of the different flavors, including the new ones like the mango chili and the lime chili flavors. And so I was really excited about that. Took a picture of it. It also had the ESPN LA Dream Ticket ad on the display. So anyway, I picked up a bottle of the Stella Rosa Blueberry and the Stella Rosa Red so I could celebrate a big Gardos win because they punched their ticket to the ALCS. So next time you're shopping before game day, head to your local retailer and grab a couple bottles of your favorite Stella Rosa wine. And get this, like I said, Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter by hooking you up with a chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Right now, head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, and remember to celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
A U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, Travis Matthew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, Travis Matthew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic Cardinal and Gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days and fight on in style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at travismatthew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Just like in sports, you can never predict an accident, and it will come when you least expect it. Travis Rogers here with DeMarco Farr to tell you about our friend, Joseph S. Normand.
If you're in any accident, call Joseph at 213-747-2000. The team at Normand Legal is ready to help you and achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Joseph at 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Fall means sweater weather. For anyone not living in SoCal, now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Our hotel deals are hot as the desert sun. Book your room now for as low as $119 this month.
Number 2.
Clay Cookware Gift Giveaway. Get a 3.6 quart terracotta pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 22nd.
And the number 1 reason.
Crack Up with Joel McHale. Live October 19th.
Morongo. Good times.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
In 2021, LSU finished with a disappointing 6-7 record. Luckily for them, a new head coach in Chip Kelly and a quarterback from Arizona State, Jaden Daniels, arrived in Baton Rouge. They lead LSU to the 2022 SEC Championship game and defeated Purdue in the Citrus Bowl to finish 10-4. Kelly and Daniels made that 2021 season like it never even happened.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
How is that related?
On 710 ESPN.
You be 40, Kathy. You actually be like 50-something, though.
That is true.
What are you now? 50 what? 4?
Listen to me. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor. Just do me one favor. Look at me. Just take a good look at me. Take it all in.
Yeah.
And then ask the question again.
55?
No, 28.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean, yeah, right? All right, 34.
No chance.
37?
No way.
43?
No.
Yes, easily.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
When hot chicks walk up to me and they talk to me, and they're like, so how old are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, take a guess. And they're like, I don't know, like 42, 43. I'm like, good guess.
Yeah.
Good guess. You're a little low, but good guess, girl. And that happens all the time, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just so you know.
I'm sure it
It's
does.
the whole beginning of it. Hot chicks walk up to me. They just walk up on me.
Yeah.
You feel me, D?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it happens.
That's what happens, twin.
Yeah. This dude. But if you have twins, I know where you can take them to get their teeth fixed.
Tell me.
Yeah, and get cleaned. Children's Dental Fun Zone, Cappy. Listen, I know going to the dentist with your kids is tough. It's one of the toughest, most challenging things there is, okay? Kids don't want to go to the dentist, okay? I mean, who does? but I've got the place for you. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Fun is in the name, and it's in the name for a reason. Somewhere your child can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. So let me tell you about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. First of all, 18 locations across the Southland, all right, to choose from. They got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in Orange County. They got you covered in the IE. And now an 18th location in Oxnard. And Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. When they walk into a Children's Dental Fun Zone, they're going to think they walked into a cartoon movie. I'm not even joking. And at Children's Dental Fun Zone, here's how they put fun in the name. Well, more how they put fun in the name. Movies, all right? Every station has a big screen TV. They got a kid's movie for you. Your kid can watch whatever movie he wants, pretty much, or she wants. You're good to go. iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area, and for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. When you leave Children's Dental Fun Zone, your kids are going to be like, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist at Children's Dental Fun Zone? Words you never thought you'd hear. So to book your child's next appointment for Children's Dental Fun Zone, or maybe your first appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS. All right, Cappy, so we can talk about the Dodgers in a minute. Let's talk about the big NFL story of the day today. I woke up to Davante Adams being a Jet this morning.
Oh, is that the big one?
Oh, are you going to say Amari Cooper to the Bills?
I mean, that's also a pretty big one.
I mean, yeah.
I also must admit, just I'm being selfish here, but Jerry Jones melting down on Dallas radio is one of my favorites.
That was good. We can have that.
These are all
later.
great stories.
We can do that maybe in like Radio Tinder or something. But Davante Adams is now gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conditional third-round pick. So it's at least a fourth and a conditional third. If you're the Raiders at this stage, how do you feel about your organization? How do you feel? I mean, you traded for this guy, okay? You traded certainly more than a third-round pick to get him.
I actually don't recall.
Oh, no, it was a free agent signing.
Yeah.
Free agent signing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you extended capital to get him.
You gave him a lot of money.
You gave him a ton of money.
Right.
It did not work out by any stretch of the imagination, okay? You only got a conditional third-round pick, at least a fourth. This team is going nowhere fast, okay? This team, it's why we talked about it last year. This notion that I always feel like with the NFL, I know they don't ever want to tank. And I know that players don't want to tank because the eye in the sky and coaches don't want to tank or whatever. But once you fired the coach, okay? And look, I give Antonio Pierce a lot of credit. I think Antonio Pierce can be a good leader of men. I think Antonio Pierce has been put in a really tough situation considering he has no quarterback in a division with a couple of quarterbacks, right? Particularly the best one in the sport. This team needed to tank last year. Okay, this team needed to take an organizational decision and say, you know what? We need one of those guys. We need a Jaden Daniels. We need a Caleb Williams. Hell, even a Bo Nix.
Hey, I'll take a Bo Nix right now.
Even a Drake May.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, Drake May looked good.
Dude, I love what I saw out of Drake. Drake May threw more touchdown passes in one game this past week than Jacoby Brissett had thrown in the previous 5 games.
That's why they were ripping your guy in Boston when I was there.
And it was a no-win situation, right? Because if they did well, which they did, I mean, they lost the game, but he played well. They're like, why didn't they play him sooner?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah. But anyway, I said this last year to Raider fan, and they were screaming at me, oh, we can't take blah, blah, blah. Raiders, commitment to excellence, yada, yada, yada.
Wait, you mean to tell me that Raider fans say, we can't take Raiders, blah, blah, yada, blah,
pretty
yada,
much.
yada,
That's,
blah, blah, yada.
That's the noise I hear.
Okay.
Sounded a lot like Derek Carr Raiders.
Well, I didn't know that's what they said.
Yeah,
but once you said it, then I heard it, then I repeated it.
And we're going to have the loudest and proudest Raider fan at 5 o'clock, JT the Brick, and see how he can.
Oh, my God. Did you see what happened to JT the Brick this weekend?
No.
Oh, my God. He's there at the Raiders Stadium, right? And he goes, they give him the microphone before the game. You know, they got the Hall of Famer Eric Allen there, and they give JT the microphone. And JT's like, let me tell you something. We're going to send all these Steeler fans back to Pittsburgh. And, dude, they booed him.
Yeah.
So they booed him out of their own stadium.
That's amazing.
And I say their own stadium because Yins were dying over there. And who's that JT the Brick that used to be on the radio late at night when I was pounding some irons? Dude, they booed JT out of the stadium. The Steeler fans booed JT out of his own damn stadium.
I knew it.
Beautiful.
I told you. Terrible towels, buddy. So anyway, Cappy. And by the way, apparently it's a third that could be a second.
That's right.
Okay. So thank you, Dat Dude E.
Way to go, Dat Dude E. Dat Dude E. Him over there, E. Dat Dude.
Comma E.
Oh, comma E.
Yeah.
Not Dat Duty.
Yeah. No, not that duty.
Not that
not
duty.
what Beto left you in the
not
the back.
that duty. Oh,
Yeah.
that dude. E.
Correct.
Not that duty.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So anyway, This thing is a disaster.
The Raiders.
Aiden O'Connell is a mess.
Yep.
Gardner Minshew is a mess. So Bill Barnwell, who writes for us at ESPN.com, he's like an incredible football writer. Like if you love football, like you want to learn about the intricacies of the game and all the cool analytics that are involved in football now and how teams make decisions, Bill Barnwell knows all that crap. Okay, like that guy has got a galaxy brain. So he did this. He wrote this tweet today. About, and this is during the Gruden-Mayock era, right? So they were there for 8 drafts, okay?
Really? Gruden and Mayock were there for 8 drafts?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Yeah. So, well, maybe it wasn't those 2. But anyway, he tallied 8 drafts, okay?
Okay, he tallied 8 drafts.
From 2016 to 2023, which I believe the majority was still Gruden and Mayock.
All right, we'll find out. We'll do some research.
Okay.
Somebody do some research, please.
Okay. And do you want to guess how many guys in those 8 drafts the Raiders have on their team right now?
Let's
that
see.
are playing like what I would call at least rotational roles.
Okay, 8 drafts, call it average 8 guys per draft. That's 64 guys. 16 to today. I'll say 3 guys. Taking a guess.
Close, 4.
4 guys.
One of them is Max Crosby, who's amazing.
Right.
The other 3 guys are basically just like one guy is pretty good, like a starter. The other 2 are like rotational guys.
Okay.
That's it. Like that's the list right there.
I just want to say one thing.
So here it is. The Raiders draft picks from 2016 to 23, the final year of McKenzie, and the Gruden-Mayock era, and 2 McDaniel drafts.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right.
Okay. So it's 5 of those years are Mayock and Gruden. Okay. 1 year McKenzie, 2 years of McDaniels. And who was the guy from New England that they had, the GM? What was
I
his
don't
name?
remember his name, but anyway, whatever.
Like with a Z?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mr. Z.
Dr. Z.
Yeah. Guys, he says, so hold on, 8 drafts that appear to have yielded. Here we go. 2024 Raiders totals of 1 star, Max Crosby, 1 solid offensive player in Miller, and a couple of solid defenders in Kuntz and Morick.
Okay.
He says you can't win until you fix that.
Okay, let me just say this. The reason that those drafts suck so bad is because the owner, Mark Davis, was sitting around one day at like P.F. Chang's at the bar, because that's where he likes to hang out, and he's watching the NFL Network, and he sees Mike Mayock on TV, and he goes, you know what? That Mike Mayock guy really seems to know a lot about the draft.
Right.
I'm going to hire him as my general manager. And I like Mike Mayock just fine. I do. I've worked with him many times. I've called many games with Mike Mayock on Westwood One. Good guy. Bad NFL GM.
Yeah.
Maybe a good TV GM, but not a good NFL
Actual
GM.
GM, right, yeah.
So the problem is, listen, I'm going to say this about the Davante Adams thing. And Raider fans, you're going to be happy with what I'm about to say. You're better without him. You are better without him. You think not, but here's the thing. When you have a player that doesn't want to be there because they fired his quarterback, who's his best friend from Fresno State, who is the reason why he went there to play in the first place, he's been a miserable crybaby locker room cancer for the last 2+ years. And by the way, hamstring injury, how much do we all want to bet this week that when Davante Adams puts on that Jets uniform, he's fine this week? Because he seemed to be fine this morning when he was standing over Aaron Rodgers' shoulder on Pat McAfee. I'm telling you right now, he's talented, although later into his career, and the Raiders will be better without him.
All right. We can talk
You're not
more
buying
about
that, are you?
No. We can talk more about this on the other side. Tell us about your friend Avner Gat, who'll be stopping by later for his birthday celebration.
Yes. Avner Gat just recently celebrated a birthday, and today he will stop by, and we will celebrate a little Avner birthday. So listen, I want you to do this because I've mentioned this to you a couple times. Go to Avner's website, avnergat.com, AVNERGAT.com, avnergat.com. Why? Because when you go to avnergat.com, here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn about Avner. You're going to hear from him right away. He's going to explain to you what he does, how long he's been doing it, why he does what he does. You're going to meet his entire team from Avner all the way down. All the public adjusters that you might need to know, you're going to meet all of them. There's videos with all of them. And then, I love this section. What to expect after calling, okay? And there's a video there of what you need to know when you call Avner Gat. And then you just keep scrolling down. Hey, it could be water damage. It could be fire damage. It could be theft. Whatever the case may be, when you have a homeowner's insurance claim, you are not a professional at dealing with the homeowner's insurance companies. You don't have relationships with the homeowner's insurance adjusters. Avner's got the experience. He's got all the 5-star reviews. He's got the relationships in the industry. He's got the team. Nobody, and I mean nobody, messes with Avner Gat and his team. Call him. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. You got a problem at your house. You're going to need to call your homeowner's insurance company. Don't do that. You call Avner Gat. You let him handle it, and he'll call, or you call. He'll answer. Bring. You'll know it's him when you hear, hello.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greeny.
If there is such a thing as heaven and hell. Hell, in my version.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Oh my! And the doors open, and it's this, and it's a laser show.
Oh, nonstop,
and it's hot
every day,
and it smells, and it's just this is the beat of hell.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes,
yeah. And if we went up, if I did a good job, and it opens up, it's like ballpark organ music.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN. 710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. That's the 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Well, Cappy, your boyfriend, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
His minority ownership stake in the Las Vegas Raiders was finally approved by NFL owners today.
See that?
The NFL placed restrictions on Brady in order to approve his 5% ownership stake. He cannot come out of retirement and play football again unless he sells his stake in the team first.
Okay, easy.
He's not permitted to attend production meetings in person or virtually and may not have access to team facilities or players and coaching personnel when he is covering games. He also has to abide by the league constitution and bylaws that prohibit public criticism of officials and other clubs.
Oh, wow. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys a popular phrase around these parts. You ready for this?
Yeah.
And Raider fans, get ready, Jack, because the worm has turned. The worm has turned. That's right. That's right. Now that Tom Brady's a part owner of the Raiders,
get the hell out of
here.
here.
Wait. You wait and see what happens. You just wait, partner.
Good luck.
I mean, everything he touches turns to gold.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I mean, except that marriage.
Well, I mean, it was gold for a while, right? He had some good years in there. Not everything's meant to last forever.
Just being honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that thing that ended up pretty poorly.
Hey, Tom, I know you're driving around right now.
Yeah.
And I know you're listening because everybody does. My brother?
I mean, listen, I didn't say something that those people on the roast didn't say for 3 straight hours, so there's that.
I just want to tell you something right here. Nikki Glazer over here, who I'm working with, all right? She said that, not me. All right? I still love you, Tommy. And let me tell you something else. We're going to win. In fact, I'll tell you right now.
Who's we?
The Raiders.
Oh, okay.
Now you're a Raider fan?
Right now I am, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Here goes. You ready for this? My Tom Brady-led Raiders will win a Super Bowl before your Jim Harbaugh-led Chargers.
Okay, I'll take that bet.
My Raiders with Tom Brady.
I mean, neither could win a Super Bowl. There's also
I
that.
was going to say, what's the statute of limitations on that?
Life.
Yeah.
My life, George's life, Tom Brady's life, Jim Harbaugh's life. I don't know.
Someday you'll be calling up George and be like, hey, remember me?
Right.
It's Cappy.
Yeah.
The Raiders finally won.
You remember back in 2024 when we made that bet.
Wait, what did you turn into, Count Dracula?
No. I turned into an old Jewish guy sitting at home. You know what I mean?
It was the day before I dressed up as Elton John.
Do you remember the day that I was supposed to dress up like Elton John? You hear Dracula? Really?
Yes, it's very Dracula.
It was 1,000%
No,
Dracula.
it's actually not
it's
even
not
Dracula.
even Dracula.
It's actually worse.
No,
it's Count Chocula.
No, it's Dracula. No, not Dracula.
It's the count from like Sesame Street.
No!
1, 2, 3 Super Bowls for the Raiders.
That's really what it is.
I should be like doing my thing, and then you should all of a sudden, as an older Cubano, hermano, you should all of a sudden, for some reason, now speak in this very heavy Cuban dialect where people can
Although my wife makes fun of me when I talk to like my childhood friends. And, you know, I think that people who speak Spanish do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go right back into like their childhood or whatever and speak in a way that only that their compatriots can understand.
Right. Well, and that's the same thing like when you're from New York, but you lived in L.A. for 30 years, and then you go home.
And you go, hey, Benny
it's right
Boom
over
Butts,
there.
how you doing? Hey,
you freaking all right, it's over here.
Hey, let's go to the corner store.
Come on, let's get a pizza pie.
Let's go to the bodega.
Hey, ices, like Italian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So anyway, Cappy.
Yeah. Not the terrorist
I
organization.
mean, the Raiders aren't going
you
anywhere.
looked at me like, what the hell are you talking about ISIS?
Even with
ISIS.
Stop.
Talking about Italian ISIS.
ISIS.
Terrorists.
Thanks for clarifying.
I mean, my God.
I don't know what you're wondering
what the hell
there.
you guys were thinking about over there.
Anyway, Cappy.
Rough crowd today.
Yeah. So anyway, Cap, let's talk about Lincoln Riley.
Who?
Lincoln Riley. Okay. And I know.
What do you know?
I
Tell me
gave
what
the
you know.
stat, all right? Mason is looking at it with the rosy sunglasses. Look at Bergman already rolling his eyes over
What's
there.
he rolling his eyes at?
Well, because he feels like Mason's just putting on a smiley face on this. Lincoln Riley has blown how many games this season? All 3, you can make the case, right?
Well, I mean, listen, the Michigan game, I'm just trying to
Well,
go
you were
back.
not happy with his clock management there at the
Yes.
end of that game.
Yep.
In the Minnesota game,
Trying to remember what happened there.
trying to remember specifics there.
I don't know, but
Although their defense just got mauled basically by that tailback.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll give him that. But nonetheless, the Michigan game, we didn't love the fourth quarter management of the offense and the clock. And certainly, I mean, what the hell was you had 90 seconds on the clock and your timeouts, and you're letting that thing run down for again, here's the situation. It was 3rd and 7. Okay, so, on TV, they got the yellow line for the first down, and then they have the green line, which is where they believe the kicker can kick it from, like the furthest distance he can kick it from.
Right.
That was still another 2 yards.
Yeah.
So you needed 9 just to get to the point where the kid would kick, maybe arguably the longest kick of his life to win the game. Okay? So, like, what are you doing? You were moving the ball, and then you don't call timeout. Then you finally call timeout. And you put Miller Moss in a situation where you give the defense a chance to gather themselves, and he throws a pick. Like, just run the offense. Why are you thinking about this stuff?
Well, I've gone back and I've watched that series in particular. So Penn State scores, right? It's 30-30. And, it's just before I even get into it, it's amazing that you would think.
Why are you playing for the field goal?
Well, first of all, you should be playing for the win.
Right.
And it didn't look like he was playing for the win. It almost looked as if he was willing to go to overtime. So, first of all, college football is as weird as the NFL this year, where all of a sudden you can't figure out week to week who's going to win.
Dude, Army is 6-0. Shout out to them. Navy is in the top 25, too. Both teams, salute to the armed forces.
Yeah. And so.
Your Pitt Panthers are 6-0.
Which is incredible.
BYU, Brigham Young.
Right.
Brigham Young
Yes.
University, and who else was 6-0? Indiana.
Right.
The Hoosiers.
Right.
This isn't even basketball season.
It's the weirdest year in college football because you would have thought that the way USC had lost to Minnesota,
right,
the following week, Penn State's going to come to town.
Yeah, you got to be ready.
And they're going to maul them.
Yeah.
But yet there's USC in a position, frankly, to win the game. And in fact, at one point, they looked like they were going to just destroy Penn State. But Penn State in the second half makes this great comeback, and it's 30-30. Okay, now let me get to this series. 1st and 10 at the USC 25. Miller Moss picks up 9 yards. 2nd and 1. Woody Marks runs for 3. So it's 1st and 10 now at the USC 37. By the way, 2 minutes to go in the game. You get the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, Miller Moss passing complete. Okay, no problem. Takes 5 seconds off the clock. Next play, Miller Moss completed pass to Lemon, 14 yards. Now you're at midfield, and it's 1st down, and there's over a minute and a half to go in the game. Woody Marks runs for 2. Okay, I'm not sure why you're doing that. You should be in your 2-minute offense. Maybe you're just using the run to set up the pass. So we'll cut him a break. It's 2nd and 12 now. Okay, and the ball's on the 49-yard line.
Yeah.
Completed pass for 6 yards.
Right.
Okay, you've got the ball now on the positive side of the field. You've got it in Penn State territory. 3rd and 6. And the clock is running. It was 48 seconds. The clock is running, and it's running. And are you guys going to get a playoff here?
They blew 30-something seconds off the clock.
From 48 seconds left in the game down to 14 seconds when, by the way, Penn State calls timeout.
Right.
Because now Penn State realizes, what are they doing?
Right.
Instead of trying to throw the ball, run the ball, pick up positive yardage, however it was going to be, get into field goal range to at least give your team a chance to win with no time left in the game, they let the entire clock run down.
And what was the explanation? Was there an explanation as to what he was thinking at the end of that game?
I don't know, man, because at that point I turned on to Oregon and Ohio
Oh,
State.
no, which was an amazing game, by the way.
I missed any explanation. Listen, Lincoln Riley can make $10 million a year. Lincoln Riley can produce first-round and first overall pick quarterbacks. Lincoln Riley can produce Heisman Trophy winners. But that doesn't mean that everything that Lincoln Riley does is right, and it doesn't take another football. Bill Belichick doesn't have to be sitting there watching to pick things apart. It's pretty easy when there's 48 seconds on the clock and it's 3rd and 6 that you should be going for the win. You're at home. And he let all that time run off the clock. Penn State calls timeout, and before you know it, there's an interception that's thrown, or whatever exactly how it ended. It ended at 30-30, and then they go into overtime. And now they put their kicker in a situation where he's already had a pretty good game. He's hit a bunch of kicks from the mid-40 range. Kid misses the field goal, and now you're toast. Because now Penn State's going to wind up winning this game on the next possession, which is exactly what happened when they kicked the field goal. You know, you and I were talking earlier today. The guy from Fox, Joel Klatt,
who I like a lot.
I do too. I think he's a super smart.
He's taken up for Lincoln Riley on his podcast.
Well, I thought that the way he kind of made it seem was like, hey, look, and we can play the audio for you. In fact, we should play the audio.
Yeah, so basically, here's the deal. I said this stat earlier on the Crosstalk, which is the USC has 3 losses. There's 28 teams in the FBS with 3 losses. They have the second best or worst, however you want to look at it, point differential at 14. They've lost 3 games by combined 14 points. Only Cal is worse at 8 points. They've lost 3 games by 8 points total. So Joel Klatt said this from Fox Sports on his podcast.
Lincoln Riley is right. They are literally 3 or 4 snaps from being 6-0. This is a young team. This is a team that everyone was going to say kind of wait and see. Then the expectations went through the roof after that win against LSU. Now they've played 3 other games where it came down to a play here or there, and they came up short. It's got to be maddening for Lincoln Riley because this team is battling and doing really good things, defensively in particular, based on what they were a year ago. But the maddening part is that it's just now repetitive. It's like, well, now every time we get in this situation, it's not going our way. I was as frustrated as any, Trojan fan watching them leave regulation with their timeouts. I root for quality play, and it didn't seem like the end of the game was quality play from USC. I didn't sense that. They had a 7-point fourth quarter lead now in every one of their losses. They could easily be 5-1, 6-0, and we'd be singing a very different tune. You've got a missed tackle here, an interception there, 2 fourth down conversions for Drew Aller, which is insane and great for Penn State and equally heartbreaking for USC, but that is the reality of it. Now, are their playoff hopes dashed? Probably. They had Penn State dead to rights, and they came up short. And no one wants to hear it from Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, but you know why? It's amazing to me. When I listen to that, and again, this guy knows college football really well.
Oh, I thought it was great. Listen, I thought everything he said there was right.
Except one thing.
Which was what? Because I didn't think he was taking up for Lincoln Riley.
Oh, I did.
Here's how I heard it. You know what? They are a play or 2 away here and there. Now, he didn't blame Lincoln Riley, but he probably should have. Because, again, that last series to have 48 seconds on the clock and have the clock run down to 14 seconds, that's just called poor clock management, and therefore that's on your coach.
Right. That's my point. A play here, a play there is on him.
100%.
So then what are we arguing about here?
No, we're not actually.
Not
arguing.
you. I'm saying.
Oh, you and who? Oh, I didn't know who you were arguing with. My point is this. They're not that far off. The defense is significantly better than they were a year ago.
100%. Look, there are 2 arguments to be had here. And this is what, and maybe that's what he's alluding to, Joel Klatt. but I also think he's missing a big part of this.
Okay, which is what?
In the micro, and I heard he said, oh, I get it, USC fans will be maddened by this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because you're saying they're a play here, a play there, and they're a play here and a play there because the coach has botched this.
Well, that's just it. It is for the most part on the coach. You know, like if you want to go back and you look at the Oregon-Ohio State game and you look at the Ohio State quarterback and he doesn't get down in time
right.
and the clock runs out.
That's on the player.
That's on the player.
Yes.
Okay. But when you have 48 seconds left in the game and you're on the opponent's side of the field.
3 timeouts,
and
man.
you've got all your timeouts and you're not, A, using your timeouts, and B, getting your team or at least trying to get your team into winning position, that is a coaching decision. And it seemed to me that the coach decided we're probably safer going in to try and win in overtime. But then again, Miller Moss threw the interception. You know,
you threw for it after that.
But they should have called timeout. They should have talked about it.
None of it made sense. Yeah. None of it made sense. It almost felt like it's why I'm looking it up because he wasn't asked like directly. It doesn't seem like about like what was your logic behind that? Because I'm looking up at all the quotes, right? And a lot of it is, about him taking responsibility, but not saying anything else other than that. Saying it's on my shoulders. Okay, I get that. But I would love to hear, like, what were you thinking down the stretch that made you believe this was the path to victory?
And you know what? I'm not saying that people didn't ask it. They may have. He does a very good job of not answering people's questions.
No question.
And then what happens is when you really get backed into a corner by the media, that's when you start firing back at the media. But when you start saying things like, that's an unprofessional question. I'm not answering that question. Give me something else. That's unprofessional. When you're backed up and you are in that corner and they're throwing haymakers at you, what you do is you deflect by insulting. And it's gotten ridiculous. Answer the question, which, by the way, I assume somebody asked. Anyway, There you go. So very frustrating. To use Joel's words, very maddening. By the way, tomorrow, at about this time tomorrow, Yogi Roth.
Yeah.
Yogi Roth, who calls a lot of these games.
On the Big Ten Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yogi Roth will have some strong opinions.
And by the way, so that's the micro. Mm-hmm. The macro, Klatt's right about the macro. I think as long as he continues to stack another good class, right, and fill some of the gaps, and the young guys get a chance to kind of, see how good they can play the rest of the season, because that's what this is about now. Like, you're not winning the Big Ten. You're not going to make the college football playoff. So you might as well now see what you've got with these guys and let them get the experience that they need. It's a growth season now at this point. Yep. And if that's the case, then that's fine. I do think long-term they should be okay, as in next season, but that doesn't change that the micro is at his feet. The issues are at his feet because he has botched 2 games down the stretch.
Just a couple of quick notes. For everybody who's like me and is always too embarrassed to admit that you don't know the difference between the micro and the macro, it's okay. I'm with you guys as well. That's the first thing. And the second thing is this. Klatt was right about one thing in particular. We all drank the Kool-Aid after the LSU game.
Yeah.
Once they beat LSU, we all believed
we saw the potential in the team.
Right.
We saw the potential. And by the way, we've seen the potential, except my thing is the coach has botched 2 of those games. Absolutely has botched 2 of those games. And maybe you can make the case for all 3.
Well, and I think that was Klatt's point. They're so close to being undefeated. They're close to being 5-1. They could easily be 4-2. But instead, and the coach has to take his part of the blame, they're sitting here at 3-3. And as far as the playoff, dude, kiss that goodbye. Okay? You have to finish this season strong to recruit well and go into next year and be a much bigger, better, stronger, faster team that's prepared to play in this conference.
Yeah.
Because honestly, they beat Wisconsin, and that's fine. But otherwise, they're 1-3 in the conference.
All right, let me tell you about my guy Jacob. Let's get back to the Dodgers after this, Cappy. Real quick, as a sports fan, you want a team that's going to be well coached and win. That's interesting. We were just talking about, right? Yeah. Who's always winning and always getting ready for the next opponent. That's right, my guy Jacob. So you get into an accident, you call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. Think about it. You've been injured in a car accident, truck accident, slip or fall at the store, rideshare accident, whatever it is. You feel like you lost the game. But don't worry, the accident, it's only the beginning of the game. You call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. You get the free consultation. Trust me, Jacob knows the weakness of the opponent, knows how to exploit it, and go on the attack against that insurance company to provide you the victory you deserve. All right? So make sure you're on a winning team. If you're injured in any accident, don't wait. Call Jacob. at 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. So call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS Top Safety Picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson and Tucson Hybrid. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end October 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Football is back, and so is Shake Shack's free chicken Sundays. Going on now, Shake Shack is offering a free Chicken Shack with $10 minimum purchase with code CHICKENSUNDAY in Shack or on ShakeShack.com on Sundays only. Terms apply.
All right, everybody. Sedano and Cap here. And George, let's talk to everybody about Prize Picks, where you and me are freaking geniuses, and that's why we're killing it.
We are crushing it, Cappy. And by the way, you can too. You can win as much as up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks.
But let me tell you something right now. When you download the Prize Picks app and you use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, you make your first play at $5, they hit you with an instant $50 bonus. It doesn't matter if you win the play or you lose the play. A $5 play turns into a $50 bonus.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. They're giving you free money, for God's sake. And by the way, it's the best way to get action in sports in over 30 states, including, obviously, this one here in California.
So, George, I want everybody to download the Prize Picks app and use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, and let's win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Prize Picks puts its members first. So all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Man, when your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you know where you can do it? Only on Prize Picks.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is changing the game in pediatric heart care? They've invented a cardiac stent that grows with the child, dramatically reducing the need for repeated surgeries. Imagine fewer hospital stays, less pain, and more time for kids to just be kids. Their heart transplant success rates are among the best in the country. When it comes to pioneering heart care that puts children first, CHLA isn't just leading, they're revolutionizing the field.
Hey, Travis here. It's time to get out and get dirty. Toy Hauler RV season is officially open. Bring your toys along for less through October 20th at your Toy Hauler headquarters, Mike Thompson's RV. Revved up discounts across a huge inventory. Check this out today at MikeThompson.com. That's MikeThompson.com.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Sedano and Cap for your afternoon drive.
Really? Oh, my B.
Yeah. My B.
Your B.
On 710 ESPN.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, real quick, Cappy.
Talk to me.
I'm going to be headed to my home away from home here in a couple of days. Back on the road. Heading to Berkeley this weekend.
Nice.
Cal, NC State. You know, at LAX, changes arriving daily to reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, which I'll use, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations, which I also use. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and a new facility will soon all have all major rental car brands under one roof. I've toured that place. That place is sick, bro. And in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. So that means you won't even need a car to get to LAX. You take that People Mover train from the Metro station right there on Century. You'll be good to go. So take the Metro right there to the Century station. Boom, right to your terminal. Check it out at flylax.com for more information. That's flylax.com.
Hey, you're going up to Berkeley, and the last 2 weeks for the Cal football team has been really rough.
Oh, my God, disastrous.
They had Miami beat, and I actually wanted them to knock off
They
Miami.
had Pitt beat, too.
I know, and I wanted them to beat Miami because then the following week, this past weekend, they were going to go to Pitt, and I figured, well, if they have a win against Miami, that'll be a better win for Pitt.
Yeah.
And it was just a barely, just hang on kind of a win.
Yeah,
but
missed the field goal at the end.
That kind of, and by the way, the kid who missed the field goal.
And by the way, UCLA's still paying them, I believe, $10 million in perpetuity.
Yeah.
It's calimony.
Well, hey, good word.
Yeah.
The kid from Cal who misses the field goal.
Yeah,
very,
Coe.
very makeable
Ryan
field goal.
Coe, who's a Pittsburgh kid.
He's a kid from that part
Hey,
of the
he's
country.
the injury.
He went down over there and missed that kicking at.
Yeah.
So this leads us now, since we were talking USC and college football.
Yeah, about that Oregon game, though?
Oregon USC was unbelievable. In fact, can I just
Ohio State.
Excuse me. What did I say? USC?
Yeah.
Can I just make a quick comment? You know, to me, I wasn't sure about the teams that were going from the Pac-12 to the Big Ten. I wasn't sure what.
Well, you were down on Oregon.
Well, I didn't like the whole. First of all, I didn't like the getting rid of the Pac-12.
And then you were like, oh, they almost lost to Boise State in Idaho.
They did. And by the way, Boise State
is really good.
Had Boise State won that game, Boise State would be a team that right now
would be
people would be they'd be much more in the national conversation,
right?
Not just
they still are,
but not just this one running back that
Genty, Ashton Genty.
But isn't it? Can I just say this? Isn't it kind of cool though now? Like USC Minnesota doesn't really do much for me. Doesn't excite me, right? Wisconsin came in, that was kind of cool. But USC Penn State is awesome.
Yeah.
Oregon Ohio State,
awesome,
incredible.
Over 10 million people watched that game on NBC the other day.
Now that you've got the big brands, and the East Coast, or maybe you'd call it Midwest, the East Coast West Coast matchups, these are like mini Rose Bowls.
Yeah.
And at least for now,
right.
and maybe it'll wear off eventually.
Yeah.
For now, it's awesome. But this leads us right into our Big Man on Campus segment.
Yeah, Big Man on Campus, Cappy.
All right. This is where we pick our favorite college football player
from the weekend.
From this past weekend.
Yes.
Would you like to lead off, or would you like me
I'll
to
let
lead
you
off?
lead off, Cappy.
All right. Listen to me. You guys are going to love this.
Yeah.
And Beto's in the studio right now. So
yeah,
this
Beto Dudan.
This is going to be awesome. He's going to love this. Mm-hmm. This is a young man who is my big man on campus this week. This kid played his high school football at Corona Centennial High School.
Oh, okay.
Big high school powerhouse, right? He was not recruited out of high school, so he went to Golden West College, 20 miles south of where we are right here in downtown L.A.
Yeah.
Then he went to Riverside College. He was the #1 junior college quarterback, and then my man transfers to BYU. He's got BYU undefeated and ranked right now. And my big man on campus, because I don't get many opportunities like this, is my Hebraic hermano, Jake Retzlaff. This kid, they call it BYJew. I need to get a BYJew t-shirt. I swear to God. It's unbelievable. They did a story on ESPN on Saturday, okay? And I shouldn't have been watching. And Rabbi, I swear to God, I'm sorry as hell. But
you're going to atone next year.
They did a story on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's the only Jewish guy to ever step foot on the BYU campus, and now he's the starting quarterback. They call him the BYJew. The kid's from Corona. The kid went through the junior college system, and this guy has got BYU undefeated at 6-0. This past weekend, he went 18 for 32, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and BYU beat Arizona 41-19. Jake Retzlaff, you are my big man on campus, and Shana Tova, my brother.
Well, I don't think I'm going to top that, but I will take Dylan Gabriel. We were talking about that Oregon game. The starting quarterback from Oregon, who's from Hawaii. His idol was Marcus Mariota, who obviously played at Oregon, and he gets to kind of fill those shoes and put Oregon in a position similarly to what Marcus Mariota did. Big game against Lindsay's Ohio State squad. 341 yards in the air, 68% completion percentage, 2 TDs through the air, 1 rushing. Kid was phenomenal. Big touchdown, 27-yarder to put them up 29-28 and finish the deal for them. But yeah, that's a monster win for Oregon. They've now beaten Ohio State the last 2 times they've played them. They beat them when Mario Cristobal was the coach a couple years ago at the Big House. They snapped their winning streak, and now Dylan Gabriel took care of business at a record-setting crowd at Autzen Stadium. So that's my big man on campus, Dylan Gabriel, the Big Ten Player of the Week.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. And that's our big man on campus, Cappy. All right, coming up next, we'll get back to the Dodgers after. I know Avner Gat's going to stop by. We'll get back to the Dodgers. We got JT the Brick coming by to talk about the Raiders. But first, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Molson Coors.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Since we were talking about college football, this is actually a perfect transition because if you are a USC Trojan fan and you want to win tickets to the USC-UCLA rivalry game at the Rose Bowl, make sure you grab an ice-cold Coors Light and visit this website, CoorsLight.com/college football. That's CoorsLight.com/college football. Enter the keyword SCORE, and now you'll have a chance to win tickets for the USC-UCLA game and other big prizes each week. Thanks to our great friends at Coors Light, they are the official beer of college football and a proud partner of the USC Trojans. I would remind everybody, don't forget, 21 means 21, and always remember to celebrate responsibly. No purchase necessary. This contest started in August 1st, 2024. It ends January 21st, 2025. And by the way, it ends at 9:59 p.m. Pacific time. Not 10, not 9:58, 9:59. Must be a legal resident of the 50 United States, 21 years of age or older. Void where prohibited. Use the keyword to get entries for keyword prizes. See official rules at CoorsLight.com/college football for entry instructions, keywords, odds, prizes, and restrictions. Molson Coors Beverage Company, USA, LLC, 250 South Wacker Drive. Anybody ever been on South Wacker Drive? How about North Wacker Drive? South Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, USA, 60606.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
It's T. Raj and D. Farr.
When was the last time you were on the gas?
The gas?
Yeah, the laughing gas.
Oh. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on now.
Yeah. Weekdays at 9 a.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bus blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino, located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 00452. Geico 003-871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights, the Father's Rights Attorneys.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Around 5:30 p.m. in the Southland Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Great show. Great song.
Go ahead, Lindsay. Go.
Iconic. All right, guys. So, Cappy, earlier today you mentioned Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Jerry. And he went on a bit of a rant while he was on doing his weekly appearance on the local radio station.
Is it 105.3 FM? I think is the name of the radio station.
Exactly. So yeah, a lot of criticism for Jerry today after he just kind of sounded, I don't know, I guess you could call it unhinged, but I'll play some parts of it really quick here. Here's the first part.
Seems like my Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Ooh, Jerry getting heated there. He went on to say that he was an idiot, called himself an idiot, saying that it was a bad decision for him to buy the Dallas Cowboys. Do you think that Jerry do you think he regrets this moment? I guess I'll ask. Swipe left or swipe right?
Oh, I don't think he regrets it at all. Swipe left. I think Jerry feels like Jerry can do whatever the hell he wants, whenever the hell he wants. And by the way, I hope that the radio station for that guy, the Odyssey station for that guy, because it's owned by Odyssey, every individual station is different. I've been there. That's the place I do the show from when I'm in Dallas.
You mean Babe Laufenberg?
Babe Laufenberg. They've been very good to me. So and they're a big station. So I would hope they would have that guy's back.
Well, here's the thing. Today, in the world of broadcasting and in the world of radio, for example, when you have a partnership with a brand as popular and as important locally and as well known internationally as the Dallas Cowboys, you are on your hands and knees to these guys. That's just the way it goes. And when you hear Jerry Jones say, that's not your job, and if you think it is, I'll find somebody else to do it. What he's saying is, I don't like your line of questioning, smartass. And you know what? I'll have your job in 2 seconds, and I'll find somebody else that can pitch me softballs. See, the thing is this. Like here at our station, we're partners with the Lakers. If the Lakers don't like what we say, they could theoretically call and complain about it.
Oh, they have done that before. Trust me when I tell you that.
But I'll tell you this. We have...
Although I think now, I feel like the relationship is much better than it was back then. But I would say, like, particularly 6 years ago, it was rough, that first LeBron year.
But we have the backing of ownership, by the way, who says, say what you want to say. You know, if USC doesn't like our criticism of Lincoln Riley's clock management, they could theoretically call over to their partner and go, hey, man, I thought we're partners. What are you guys doing? I used to have the Chargers call me, and I'll never forget their PR director said this to me. You're hurting our business. I said, wait a second. My criticism for an 0-15 football team is hurting your business? How about the fact that you're 0-15?
Right.
So it amazes me that Jerry Jones would be, and by the way, I'm with you. He's a bully.
Yeah.
You know?
He has the unmitigated goal.
But I can't, to say to a guy on air, I'll find somebody else. Like, that guy could have been a legend today if he would have gone, oh, really? Well, how about this, Jerry? But these guys, they don't want to get fired.
Well, I was going to say, he probably likes his job.
Yeah, they don't want to get fired.
I would have gone back at him a little bit. You don't have to be disrespectful. You could have been like, Jerry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm asking you questions that your fan base wants to hear. And if you find them to be difficult, then that's a different conversation. But I got to that's part of my job, is to ask you questions that I think the fans want to hear, not to ask you questions that you want to hear.
And Jerry would have said, you're fired.
Okay, cool.
You're fired.
And I would have said, then take it up with my bosses.
Okay, and here's the other thing. You know the next part of what Jerry said was? He goes, if you guys think you know so much, you should be here with me at these meetings today. You know what I would have said? Send the private jet. Mm-hmm. I would love to consult with you. Because you know what, Jer? Sometimes an outside voice, a new set of eyes, different perspective, maybe it would be good for you.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Well,
I'm taking up your offer.
And it's why I do appreciate, even though the teams have called here at times, and not in a long time, but I appreciate that there is a better relationship now with our partners, the Lakers, the USC now, the Kings obviously are happy to be here, the Rams. There's at least there can be a discussion about things if there is something that there is a disagreement about. Not that there's been one in a very long time, but at least I feel like everyone's in a good place in that regard, that we can all be adults.
Imagine Jeannie Buss calling this show and threatening your job. She don't like the line of questioning.
No, she wouldn't do that,
I'm
though.
just giving an
But
example.
She would never do what Jerry Jones, to your point, he's a bully in that sense.
He's a bully. And he thinks hey, you know what? If these guys want to stay in business with me, then they better not ask me questions that are tough like that. I'll fire you, and I'll have somebody else pitch me softballs. Come on, Jer. Do better, baby.
Do better, Jer.
Rack 'em.
All right. We got one more quick?
All right, one more really quick here. So Al Pacino, one of the greatest American actors of all time, recently revealed that he had a near-death experience back in 2020. Yes, he didn't say how, but luckily for all of us, he survived and he's alive and well. But he said that he came back with some news about what we can expect from the other side, and it's not good.
Oh.
He said, nothing happens after you die. He said, quote, I didn't see the white light or anything. There's absolutely nothing there. You're just gone. That's what he told the New York Times recently of his near-death experience. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think that anything happens when you die? Swipe left or swipe right?
Well, I think he's right. I think it fades to black, and that's it. That's the end of your... That's it. That's how it goes.
Strong disagree.
Very, very depressing.
Strong disagree.
Scary.
Been there. Had a near-death experience.
You did?
Yeah. Had a near-death experience.
Yeah.
And the white light was up there.
I think you're full of crap.
And it was pulling me.
I don't believe a word
it's
you're
true.
saying.
I swear to you. Now, it may have been drug-induced. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And it was
sounds like you were on ayahuasca or whatever. It was
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah.
I think I may have been on that highway at some point. And I was being pulled away, and then somehow consciously I went, no, I don't want to go. And then I came back down.
Who grabbed you?
I think it was a doctor. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. 100%.
Was it Gruden?
I'll tell you what, man, Kaplan, we can't let you go, man. Where are you going, man? I'll tell you what, we need you here, man.
All right, that is Radio
I disagree
Tinder,
with Al Pacino.
Brought to you by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sipping tequila made from the finest mature agaves available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. All right, Cappy. Your boy Avner Gat's going to stop by. I want to talk more about the Dodgers, obviously, here in just a moment. But I got to tell you about our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Here, look, man, I told you earlier. Whew, taking your kids to the dentist, that is a tough chore, man. They don't want to do it. And choosing a dentist could be tough because of that. Someone your child can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. Here's the deal. I got the answer for you. Children's Dental Fun Zone. Fun is in the name for a reason. Let me tell you about Children's Dental Fun Zone. 18 locations now across the Southland to choose from. So they got you covered in L.A. County. They got you covered in Orange County. They got you covered in the IE. And now an 18th location in Oxnard where they got the good strawberries. Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. Here's the deal, though, man. They walk into one of those Children's Dental Fun Zones, they're going to feel like they walked into a cartoon movie. They just be like, whoa, where did we come to, Mom, Dad? And at Children's Dental Fun Zone, this is how they put fun in the name. At every station, they got a big screen TV for your kid with a kids movie playing of their choice. They got iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area, and for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. When your kids leave Children's Dental Fun Zone, they're going to be like, Mom, Dad, when are we coming back to this place? Words you never thought you'd hear about the dentist, but you'll hear it about Children's Dental Fun Zone. So to book your child's first or next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Hey, it's Travis.
And DeMarco.
Hey, accidents can be shocking, devastating, and difficult to deal with, which is why you should never deal with them alone and have family on your side.
Joseph S. Normand and his trusted team are family, and they're here to help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
You know, when my son was in an accident, we called Joseph at 213-747-2000, and he was able to help.
You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
It's SUV month at Kia of Carson, and you can get sweet deals on the last of the 24 Tellurides and win a sweet night experience for you and 3 guests for just a test drive. Compliments of Kia of Carson and ESPN LA. We have great deals on our hybrids and plug-ins, as well as our all-electric models. So whether you decide to go with the Nero hybrid with an EPA estimated 53 mpg in the city, or a rugged Telluride, we have the car and the deal for you all month at Kia of Carson. Visit KiaofCarson.com, or better yet, come test drive a new Kia for a chance to win a sweet experience.
Hey, Travis Rogers here for my friends at Mike Thompson's RV. It's time to get out and get dirty. Toy Hauler RV season is officially open. Bring your toys along for less now through October 20th at your Toy Hauler headquarters, Mike Thompson's RV. They have revved up discounts across a huge inventory of top-selling brands, dozens of floor plans to choose from. They're making it easy, so pack your toys and go full throttle with special pricing on all trailers and motorhomes in stock. Race on in today. These deals won't last. In-store and online, MikeThompson.com.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Hey, it's Mace. There's a lot on the line in this election, from protecting the Social Security you've earned to supporting family caregivers. And you have the power to make the candidates listen, because voters 50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
Los Angeles, your Rams will host the Las Vegas Raiders right here at SoFi Stadium on Sunday, October 20th at 1:05 p.m. Come pack the Rams house to cheer on Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford, and the Rams as they go head-to-head against Max Crosby and the Raiders in this NFC-AFC clash. Tickets are on sale now at therams.com/LV. Again, that is therams.com/LV to watch your LA Rams face off against the Raiders on Sunday, October 20th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
This is Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Walks around like a little puppy dog.
On 710 ESPN.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. Reach out. Uh-huh. Because you know what, George? I'll be there.
Be there.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, look what's going on in this studio, and I hope everybody is turning on the YouTube right now and enjoying the live YouTube version of today's broadcast. I'm actually going to turn it on myself. I've tried to stay away from the live YouTube chat today because I figured I was just going to get ripped all day today by Dodger fans who are still pissed at me. Okay. Look who's in studio right now. The one and only, hello.
Hello.
Avner Gat. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
Avner.
I'm very good. I brought you here the cake.
Oh,
The cake.
it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's my birthday. Oh, here you are.
Show it to that camera right there.
Can you see it?
I
okay?
want everybody
Happy
to see the birthday cake that
Happy
Avner is holding up.
Happy birthday.
Because Avner has the picture of Avner.
Yes.
And then he's got, he just wants to signify.
say you're number one.
Dodgers are number one, he's
Number
saying
one.
right now.
Number one. Yeah.
He's a Dodger fan, I guess.
Yeah.
No. So let me tell you something. A newspaper put an article on me last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and they claimed that I am the only person that they know that took his ugliness and make a business out of it.
Come on, stop.
And this is it. This is the picture that they put there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to work for me or against me?
Well, that picture, I don't know that that's necessarily representative. I mean, now you got the nice beard going, Back then, no beard. Plus,
this is 30 pounds more.
I was going to say, you look a lot chunkier back then.
With all the problem that insurance company are giving me, I lost weight.
Avner, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I love the cake.
I love it too.
Now, what's inside of it? I want
It's
to know.
tiramisu.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love tiramisu.
It's. Can I tell who made it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so it was made by Sarah Geller from Pascal. This is a very well-known bakery. It's a French bakery in San Fernando Valley. And she's a friend of mine for many years. And she knows me since I was like this 30-pound.
Right. So she knew exactly what how you looked back then.
I didn't even send her a picture. She drew it herself.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I think when we dig into this cake, as I'm looking at this, George, tell me this.
Yeah.
What of Avner would you like to eat here? I mean, just take a look at this cake right here.
I want the finger.
You do?
Yeah.
I was thinking the eyebrow.
Yeah?
I was thinking I want a piece of Avner's eyebrow.
Taste the eyebrow?
Yeah, look at
You're cannibals, both of you.
What a great cake. I love it.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's tasty too. Sarah knows how to put together a cake.
Well, happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you.
You know, it was super cool when it was your birthday, and it was just a couple days ago. I love the billboard on the streets.
Oh, my
hey,
God.
it's Avner's birthday. Call him. Wish him a happy birthday. What kind of phone calls must you have received that day?
I received, people called me, random people called me, and they start to sing songs and tell me all kinds of things.
Really?
And
Good things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overall, it was great.
Okay.
And even one person called me, and after he praised me, he tried to sell me something. These are the smart guys.
Anything good?
No, I don't even remember. Maybe I don't remember, but it was nice. My kids took the freedom to contact the billboards and to put all kind of messages out there. Like, tomorrow is our father's 60th birthday. You better call him and say, happy birthday and stuff like that. And it's crazy, people called. It's like you tell them to call and they call.
Well, hey, listen, you see a big billboard that says call and wish somebody a happy birthday.
Right.
I'm inclined to pick up the phone and call that person.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good. Thank you for my kids.
Anybody say, hey, by the way, while I got you here, I got this whole insurance thing I need to talk to you about?
No, because they didn't put anything to do with insurance.
Okay.
They just did,
Well, you're kind of a famous guy now, you know what I mean? So maybe people would automatically know that.
Yeah, I would like to believe so.
Hey, I want to ask you a quick question while you're here, because, lately, Avner, I have been mentioning to people that they should go to the website, in particular, avnergat.com, learn about the team, and learn about the different ways that you might want to use your services. Could be a flood, could be a fire, could be theft, et cetera, et cetera. And here's what I've been thinking about, because you mentioned this to me last time we were together. if hypothetically, God forbid, your house burns down in a fire, right? And I say to you, hey, well, listen, I need to replace my bikes and my car and my watch and the cash that I had in my house and my record collection and this art that I had. You've said to me, make sure you take pictures of all of your stuff. So hypothetically, if I don't have pictures and I don't have receipts, how could I ever prove that that's the stuff I have? And by the same token, how would the insurance company say, we don't know that as a fact? Like, explain that part of what you guys do.
Okay, so the insurance company basically owe you, if you are insured properly, they owe you to replace what you had. And it's very simple. They come to you and you said, okay, fine, it's in your policy, but proof that you own it. Sometimes they will ask you for pictures. Let's say that you have a handbag. So they would like to see a picture with you and the handbag in a party or something like that. Sometimes they would like to see receipts. They will give you all the, the hoops to jump through in order to get paid. If you cannot prove that you own, you're not going to get paid. It's very simple. It's devastating to many people that they cannot prove that they own something.
I
keep telling people,
Brutal.
why won't you once a year you go and you take pictures of things that you have at home, especially if they are value more than $500. Go ahead and take a picture and save it in a cloud or something like that. So if one day something happened to it, you can go ahead and prove to the insurance company that you own it and you have a better chance to get paid for it.
Yeah, I was thinking about this because you've given me this advice, take pictures, and I'm thinking the exact same thing. Like, if you've got a nice watch or if you've got art or if you have, let's say you've got a sneaker collection, right? You got a whole bunch of Nikes and all of a sudden your house burns down and you say to the insurance company, well, I got all these pairs of sneakers. Prove it.
That's it. I'm putting it all on my Instagram.
That's a good idea.
So you will call this the thieves. That's good. That's smart.
All right, you'll be letting them know what you got.
Yeah, you got this. Do you want them? Anyway.
Come to my house.
Yeah.
No, you put it on the close friends. That's what you do.
Oh, the close friends. Yes. Just would like to draw the attention now that you brought it. You need to know that in your policy, you have what they call sub-limits. So they can say, on jewelry, you have a sub-limit, I'm just making up a number, $2,500. That's meaning that whatever you have more than $2,500 that will be lost, stolen, burned down, you're not going to get paid on. This is a sub-limits for jewelry. So if you do have these high-value watches and diamonds and stuff like that, you need to buy a separate policy or what they call floater that will include these items. You will have to appraise them and then bring it to your agent so he will buy for you a specific floater or additional insurance for these specific items.
This is great advice.
You need to know that.
Yeah.
Many people call me and they said, you know what, all of the safe was stolen and we lost all of our jewelry. I said, tough luck.
Yeah, you're screwed. Listen, do what Avner tells you to do. Take
it's very
pictures
simple.
of everything. And by the way, should you need them, you call him. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. Use his website, avnergat.com. You call, he answers. You'll know it's him when he picks up and he says,
hello.
That is right. That is exactly right. By the way, I'm digging into this cake.
Yeah, me too. I'm hungry.
Look at this cake. All right, George, are you ready for 30 minutes commercial free?
I am. I'm ready. And JT the Brick's going to join us in 2 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury. Think they've pulled a muscle in their back and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, weakness or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit realfathersrights.com or call 951-482-7517. Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
Beep, ba-da-bop.
Yeah, come on.
This tiramisu cake is good.
So good, right?
Thank you, Avner Gat. Happy birthday, Avner Gat.
You got the finger.
I did get the finger.
I got the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
very good.
This is a tasty birthday cake.
It is very good. It's very yummy.
Damn, that's cold as hell, too.
It is cold. It's good. JT the Brick is cold. Cold as hell when he does his stuff. He got booed at his own stadium. We'll talk about that in a second. Cappy was the one that caught it, so
Dude,
don't blame me. But he hung out with John Ireland today in Vegas?
Yeah, Johnny I's doing his show from our broadcast headquarters today and got a chance to see him. He's a hard-working radio guy like all of us, multiple jobs. You're the voice of the Lakers. You got a radio show. You're a big-time talent.
That's right, he is. JT, before we talk about the Raiders and the news of the day and what happened this past weekend and what might happen this upcoming weekend here in L.A., so I saw the video on Twitter. You are down on the field. There's you and Eric Allen, and you're about ready to get the crowd hyped up, you know? And you start...
And by the way, nobody better to get the crowd hyped up than this guy.
And give a man a microphone in front of 65,000 people, but you don't want to give that microphone back. But when you said something to the effect of, we need to send all these Steeler fans home, the Steeler fans just booed you out of your own stadium.
They let you have it, JT.
I mean, dude,
well,
that was
couple
ridiculous.
things. Let me clarify a couple things.
All right, go ahead.
I've done it 2 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I said to the dog pound, I told the dog pound we're going to send them home, and I got it right. I was more careful with the Steeler fans because they had about 35 to 40,000, if not more there. And I said, hey, Steeler fans, remember, this is Raider Nation. This is the home of the Raider Nation. So I didn't tell them to throw out their terrible towels. Didn't tell them all that, but I just reminded them it's Raider Nation.
It was a terrible towel takeover.
Yeah, you reminded them that it was the home of the Raider Nation, and they were like, Yins are dying there over there at the Raiders, and that this is our house now. We're dying
well,
here.
we see a lot of fans coming to Vegas, as you guys know, but I will say no one travels better in this order now because Dallas hasn't been here for regular season, but it's Steelers 1, Niners and Chiefs tied at 2. And there's been some other good ones too, but including Cleveland. But the Steeler fans that came in as the Raiders were up 7-3 and about to go up 10-3 at the half and put the ball on the ground, fumble, going the other way, game over, about to go up 17-3 in Denver. 100-yard pick six by Surtain, game over. The Raiders haven't reacted well, having the lead in their 2 last games, which they both ended up losing.
But, you know, you're asking a kid in Aiden O'Connell, and I know you'll go into greater detail than I certainly will. You're asking a kid to go out there on the field with an offense that is, like, minus many of its important playmakers, right? So besides Davante Adams, and we'll get to that part of the story, you're putting a second-year player who's a fourth-round draft pick on the field, and JT, just the offense is without a lot of guys, right?
Yeah, Cap, I've seen a lot with the Raiders, who started the game off against Pittsburgh, had the lead without Michael Mayer, out for personal reasons. That's going to go on for 7 or 8 weeks at a minimum. Davante Adams out, and the number 2, Jacoby Myers, who's great, not good, out. And that's how you start the game. And you fumble twice because the best player, with all due respect to Max Crosby, T.J. Watt, knocks it out twice and flips the game. Really, you go to a football game where a defensive player wrecks the game and changes the game. We've all seen one or two. We just saw one live this past Sunday with the Steelers. That T.J. Watt was a beast, and the Raiders go from potentially being 3-3 to 2-4, trading Davante Adams today, and finding out that Tom Brady is officially an owner, and he's writing on Raider letterhead, "I am honored to be a part of the ownership group." You think we had a busy day out here in Vegas?
Jeez, man. Now all you need is for Tom Brady to come play quarterback.
Well, I thought that was a real option, along with Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco and a couple other guys 2 years ago. But getting back to Aiden O'Connell, Cap, he didn't have much of a chance that day, but you got guys you got to work underneath. You got Brock Bowers. You got a couple of weapons. We're going up against the Rams this Sunday, which will be a home favorable Raider crowd. And the Rams are 1-4, and they have as many injuries as the Raiders. It's just a shame that so many good teams have 6 or 7 or 8 guys out going into football games. We're living that world here in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, and if you watch the show Receiver, Davante Adams last year, I mean, you see how he gets hurt. I mean, as all these guys do, and how, what it takes to get them back on the field. So here's my question. Starting off with this. Do you think Davante Adams will play for the Jets this week? Because he's been sitting around not playing for the Raiders because of a hamstring. My guess is he goes to New York and he's fine.
I bet everything I have, my homes, my 401k, he plays. Okay, I'm not saying he was faking an injury. He's a gold jacket, future Hall of Famer. He's one of the greats I've ever seen in the last decade. He did have a hamstring, and he was rehabbing it at the Raider facility. But he was ready to come back, and that's what made it so unique, guys, this week, is the fact that the market crashed on Davante. This is very important. Like stock market, doesn't happen much in the real estate market anymore. But Davante wanted out for whatever reason. Raiders didn't want to send him out. They wanted to get back maximum value. But when Derek Carr got hurt and Spencer Rattler took over, they've lost 4 in a row. New Orleans was out. There was one team left available, the Jets. And we figured that the Jets would lose to Buffalo. They're 2-4. That might have taken the Davante market out to nobody. But I guess because of Rodgers pouting last night for throwing a game-losing interception, the pouting worked. Woody Johnson went out and got the deal for Davante earlier today.
Yeah, the story was that he was flying through the night. And then,
he took a red eye.
Yeah, and then McAfee puts out a tweet early in the morning with these 2 googly eyes saying, "Oh, blank." And then the next thing you know, Davante's in the offices, and Rodgers is on his weekly hit with McAfee, and Davante's there looking happy as can be. So, I don't know, man. I said this to George earlier. I think the Raiders are going to be better without him. I know it's hard to believe because he's an exceptional talent, but he was bringing that locker room down. And that's an outsider looking in perspective. What do you think?
Yeah, and Cap, another big point about McAfee. Congratulations. It's a good interview. It's a big interview he has every week. But I thought Davante had a look of a smile and a troll back towards the Raider Nation, which he didn't do. He's there. He's friends with Aaron. He's in the room. Aaron sets it up. Aaron is the GM. Got that right on your show. Everybody but the owner. He's the head coach and the GM. I said that the day he went to the Jets. He'd be in complete control of the organization. Now he took it to even a higher level where he's really making every decision that I thought at least the GM would pretend he made a few or the coach would pretend. No, it's all Aaron Rodgers. And to pull him into that interview and kind of like take a shot at the Raider fans who are waking up with that news, I didn't like that look.
All right. Well, listen, you're not going to like the rest of the look because they're going to come here to L.A. They're going to get their ass kicked. They're going to win 6 games, maybe 7 max this year. And the problem with that is you're not going to be good enough to get one of the good quarterbacks. You guys should have tanked last year. Look at all these quarterbacks now. You got Caleb playing well. You got Jaden Williams playing well. You're never going to compete in the NFL, let alone that division with Patrick Mahomes and a Justin Herbert and maybe Bo Nix turns into a good player. but like you're never going to compete with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, JT the Brick.
Well, but George, the one thing I need to correct you on again is that last year Davante Adams was on the team along with Max, and no one tanks. Everybody, every wise ass on Twitter, not you, every wise ass on Twitter that tries to get into my DM with these emojis of tanks and, hey, tanking and a tank going off the cliff, we all seem to forget these are professional football players who put every game on something called tape and might get a new contract.
Right.
No one quits really in the NFL.
Here's my
so
response
no one's tanking.
to that. Here's my response to that. Players don't tank, coaches don't tank, but organizations do. You think it's an absolute coincidence the year that Peyton Manning got hurt that all of a sudden the Indianapolis Colts ended up with Andrew Luck? That was an organizational decision, and that's what needs to be done with the Raiders. That organization, that roster needs to be flushed down the toilet, okay? And start anew, start fresh, and you start with a quarterback because the guys you have, they ain't cutting the mustard, JT the Brick.
Well, I'll tell you this is before I get back to my Yankees, my number one passion in life, number one, by the way, the New York Yankees, which will see you out in L.A. most likely in a week. No one tanks. We don't tank. And we said something today. I was in the building. Someone high up told me this. You're either with us or you're against us.
Oh, well, that's
Tom
easy.
Brady is now with us.
Good luck.
Davante Adams is against us. I repeat, Brady, much bigger story, ownership for maybe 40 more years with us, Davante against us.
I love it. Yes, Tom Brady is going to save the Raiders.
Is he going to play quarterback?
I said it. He may not play quarterback, but he may coach Sam Darnold next year when the Raiders go out and get Sam Darnold in free agency.
You guys actually don't think that Tom Brady in the building is a bad thing. I mean, you guys got good
I don't
IQs.
necessarily know
you're
it's
not
a good
joking
thing.
with me thinking Brady in the organizational structure is a bad thing,
But
are you?
what makes it a good thing is my question.
I'll tell you exactly what makes it a good thing. Is exactly what he did down in Tampa Bay. He walks in, and you think Antonio Pierce knows what it is to win 7 Super Bowls? You think Marvin Lewis, his right-hand man, knows how to win 7 Super Bowls?
Michael Jordan was the worst owner in the history of the NBA, arguably.
Doesn't mean that Tom Brady's going to
I shouldn't say that because Donald Sterling was alive.
Doesn't mean Brady will
I
be.
shouldn't say that. But Michael Jordan was a pretty terrible owner in regards to, not that he's a bad dude, he was just bad at it.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that you're going to be good at it, especially when you only own 10% of the team.
I think it was even less. I think it was 5%. But here's the bottom line.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, what?
Not to interrupt.
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
coming to L.A. to play the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you a quick breakdown. This is a desperate, wounded team. We got a lot of news in our building. Everybody wants to get out on the field. Raider Nation has that parking lot owned from up against the wall of the stadium to the back edge of Inglewood.
That's all you're winning.
We will come in on a journey to get to 3-4 and put a dagger into the Rams season because Rams ain't coming back already. But the dagger by Raider Nation will make it a little bit more topical.
I don't know why.
That's all you're winning is the tailgate.
I don't know why any Rams fan would be confident.
Off a bye, McVay?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Rams are going to lose the game. I'm just not confident that they're going to win the game. I don't know why anybody would feel confident with this Rams roster the way it is. By the way, I don't think it's a good roster for the Raiders either, and they're hurt too. There are a lot of games kind of like this week. You know, like you look at Jacksonville and New England, that's a winnable game for both teams. This game right here is a winnable game for both teams. By the way, what's the early line in this game? Anybody know?
I'll check.
I think it went from 5.5. I think it's 5.5 to 6. But guys, you're right about most everything all the time. We are reeling now with our football turnovers, dead last differential by a lot, dead last. We are reeling as a football team that's making too many mistakes in games where we have the lead. We're not down 14-0. We're not down 17-0 and the second quarter starts. We're coming out of the tunnel ready to play. We're scoring on the opening drives, and then a little bit of adversity is destroying the game, and the team's getting blown out. Not only losing, blown out. That's got to stop in Los Angeles against the Rams.
Listen, when you guys get a quarterback, I'll be back on the Raider bandwagon. Until that happens, AOC – you need a new Gardner. You need a new quarterback. You need everything.
Tom Brady.
Unless he's coming down to put the pads on, I ain't buying it.
Yeah, Tom Brady. That's our guy, JT.
All right. We got Lakers-Warriors tonight in Vegas. They're not playing in Ames, Iowa. They're playing in Vegas because we're the sports and entertainment capital of the world. Steph and LeBron are here because we have more fun.
When are you getting an NBA
Vegas.
team?
Come on out for a visit.
When are you getting an NBA team? When is that actually happening?
Well, that's one of my deeper topics because I know the real estate fight going on.
Oh.
Don't believe the A's are coming here. Please don't believe it.
Really? You don't think the A's are going to go to Vegas?
There's a really good chance they'll never make it here because of ownership structure, how bad the owner is, and the lack of any reception here. I mean, none. And I'm a Yankee fan. Again, I'll go see the Yankees if they come play here, the A's. But that thing has as limited or as least momentum as any sports transaction I've seen in my entire career, and I've seen a lot. So if it happens, it happens, but it probably won't. I don't think it will, but LeBron has got his foot in the ground here. There's several groups, several great places for real estate to build the arena because they're not going to play in T-Mobile. They're going to build their own colossal NBA place like Ballmer is, and LeBron will be part owner of the team that comes to Vegas eventually. If it's a year from now, 2-3 years, LeBron's going to play a major role in it.
And then Cappy and I will be sitting courtside with you in a suite maybe.
Hey, listen, LeBron and Tom Brady together.
There you go.
Own an NBA team in Vegas.
That would be, Tom also owns the Aces.
I know.
They're not going to win it this year, but that. And, guys, if the Yankees come your way, please think of your boy who appears on this station for free. I don't get any trade. I don't get any vodka or tequila. I don't even get a table at the Mandy's. Think of me for a Yankee ticket at Chavez Ravine, please.
All right, you got it.
We love you, buddy.
Thanks, JT.
Take care, guys.
See ya. There he is. The great JT the Brick.
I'm just watching this Yankees-Guardians game right now.
Yeah.
And one of the plays that we were talking about earlier today on Prize Picks was Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Rizzo!
Oh, it's right over here, Zizzle chest.
Yeah.
And so Rizzo, I wanted to play Rizzo tonight. I did.
He's on, he just got a hit, no?
Right, at more than half of a hit.
Yeah.
So we're going to check that box on Prize Picks right now that Anthony Rizzo got more than half of a hit.
And by the way, on Prize Picks, it's very simple. It's you pick a player, more or less. There's a number. You pick more. You pick less. It's as simple as that. And again, you can win up to 100 times your money potentially on Prize Picks. And in the state of California, it's the only place you can get sports action.
And now with the NBA season about to tip off, you got Anthony Edwards, right? When Minnesota opens the season,
right,
and they open here against the Lakers Tuesday of this upcoming week, a week from today. Do you suppose that Anthony Edwards is going to score more than half of a point?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
So they've already got a free square for you, just the same way they did Caleb Williams throughout the entire month of September, where he's got to pass for more than half of a yard. Anthony Edwards to score more than half a point in the opener in the NBA. And so that's like an easy free square. So now you just put that together with somebody else. Like let's say LeBron's number hypothetically was 23.5 points, and you say I'll play more on both. You're going to win. So download the Prize Picks app, use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, make your first play at $5. You get a $50 bonus whether you win or lose. Download Prize Picks. The code is CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. And one last thing about Prize Picks. Can I just say something?
Sure.
A lot of you guys are going to do more research and homework than I am.
Oh, there's no question because you don't do very much at all.
So here's what I'd like to ask as a personal favor.
By the way, the Yankees just scored again, it looks like.
Looks like it's 2-0 with runners on second and third.
Yeah. Not good for the gutty little Gardos over there.
Can I ask for a personal favor? Again, this is a personal favor. When I say personal favor,
like an absolute personal.
It's deep.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean? This is a deep.
Right.
If
We're a familia.
You see, if you are good at Prize Picks, like my man Joseph Cabral.
Oh man, he's amazing.
Right. Like my man Bernard Thompson.
No doubt.
All you have to do is click the share button on Prize Picks.
And you could share it with the rest of the world on your social outlets.
Put it on Twitter. And by the way, you don't care. If you win, we all win.
Yeah.
So please, share your brilliance with us.
Sharing is caring on Prize Picks.
Exactly right.
Yeah. All right.
That should be their new catch slogan. Their new catchphrase.
Maybe we help them
Sharing
with that.
is caring on Prize Picks.
Yeah, there you go. Download that app. Use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y.
All
right. What do we got? Oh, we got Dealer's Choice.
We do have Dealer's Choice. And I'll tell you something about Dealer's Choice today.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something a little different today.
What?
Yep. I'm going to switch it up for a while. Break it down. Let's do it DeAndre style.
Give it all you got.
Yeah.
Give it all you got.
That's right. Come on.
Give it all you got.
Give it all you got. So listen,
Are we doing Dealer's Choice right now?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's right. It's commercial free.
Yes, it's
Sí,
commercial
verdad.
free. It's commercial free. And not only is it commercial free,
Sí.
but remember, here at 5:30, we are going to be taking you
Los
to
Lakers.
See, and
Sí.
the pregame
El
show.
Beto.
Beto is in studio.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to the dealer's choice, I want to say to everybody that the dealer's choice real deal is brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Now, speaking of Seller's Advantage, let me tell you something. This is an important thing for you guys out there. If you are ready to sell your home for whatever reason, you're ready to move, you can't get homeowners insurance because you live in a fire zone. I don't know. There's a million reasons why you might want to sell your home. Your parents left you a house. You don't want to pay the property taxes on it. You're just ready to downsize because your kids are out of the house. Whatever reason you have for wanting to sell, there is a solution for your needs through Seller's Advantage. You see, Seller's Advantage is going to make you a competitive cash offer. So if in your neighborhood, the average home sells for, I'm making up a number here, $500,000, they're going to make you a competitive cash offer right there with the comps. What? Which means you're not going to have to paint the walls. You're not going to have to clean the rugs. You're not going to have to fix the place
Let's
up.
be honest. That's a huge pain in the rear.
And it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then the other part of it is there's not going to be a complicated closing process. You don't have to worry about the other side. The contract falls through. Seller's Advantage has been making sellers happy for decades. And trust me when I tell you, they've got all the reviews to prove it. You can look them up for yourself. Call them today for a no-obligation offer, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747. Their website is sellersadvantage.com. Their DRE number is 01961658. So now it's the Seller's Advantage Dealer's Choice Real Deal. And I'm going to hand things off to DeAndre today because my man Young D has got to get something off of his chest.
These gutless Eagles.
They're gutless.
These gutless Eagles.
His
Nick
Philadelphia
Sirianni.
Eagles.
Nick Sirianni. Count your days, man. I am tired of this.
Your coach stinks, by the way.
Him going to the fans
Getting into
after
it.
barely beating the Cleveland Browns, no offense, Lindsey, by 4 points. It's terrible.
Well-
what are you arguing with the fans for?
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's a famous saying. If you start listening to the fans, you're going to be sitting with them soon. Okay?
But let me tell you something. Eagles fans, they're built different, man.
They are.
They're gonna complain.
Oh, no doubt.
Whether we win or we lose, they're gonna find something to complain about.
Yeah.
But the fact that you go out there and you're arguing with the fans, knowing that you only beat the Cleveland Browns by 4 points, and knowing that your team hasn't been playing well at all, dude, it's time to figure it out. You have too much damn talent on that team to barely win these games. Figure it out on offense. The defense needs to figure it out as well. I am tired of these schematics that they have. It's terrible. Run the ball. You have Saquon Barkley, run the damn ball. I'm tired of these RPOs. I'm tired of these screen passes. You have too many damn weapons to be barely scored. We have not scored at all in the first quarter of this season.
I mean, their offense is a disaster. By the way, yeah, I was going to get to that. They haven't scored a point in the first quarter.
In the first quarter.
5 games this year.
It's embarrassing.
By
It's
the way, in 20 years, in the last 20 years, there's only been one team in the last 20 years that has not scored a point in the first quarter through their first 5 games and made the playoffs. There's a litany of teams that missed the playoffs in those scenarios.
D, tell me this. So when Nick Sirianni starts yelling at a fan, I mean, first of all, can you
Well,
imagine?
apparently the fan wrote on social media that it was a somewhat positive exchange, that it wasn't he wasn't going at the fan per se.
Yeah, because I was watching Horn today.
Oh, you were?
I was watching Horn.
Oh.
Because we were all watching you on the show.
Saw you on the screen, man.
We were watching you, George. And then they put up on Horn, they put up this post. But because the background was white and like the letters were like a limey green.
It was on like Reddit, I believe.
I couldn't figure out what the hell it even said.
So I have it right here.
Okay, what did the fan say?
The fan said, I began to yell, if your star running back gets 5 yards on first down, you give it to him again. Run the ball. Run the ball. I had more to say, but you get the point. Nick turned around, gestured for me to calm down, and said something to the effect, we will. Don't worry. I'm on it. But you know what? Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
He said he's on it, that he's going to run the ball to Saquon Barkley. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. They decided to do these RPOs and screen passes to Dallas Goedert. They decided to do these plays. But minus, Eagles been banged up. They had no A.J. Brown. They had no Davante Smith. But my guy, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, my guy.
It's every single week. It's the same thing. the same thing.
I feel you, twin.
And honestly, it's starting to get real frustrating. Because we have too much damn talent on that team to be 3-2 and be in a race with the Cowboys, who have been a disaster themselves.
Horrible.
The Commanders
Horrible.
are the best team in the NFC East. Now, when have you said that? When has anyone said that the Commanders have been the best team in the NFC East?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah. So the fact,
by the way, they get the best quarterback too. Just so you know.
I mean, yeah.
Better
As
than
right
Jalen
now,
Hurts.
yes, but
Yeah.
I can go on
Better
and
than
on.
Dak.
But Nick Sirianni is counting his days, man, because
Certainly
the Philly
better than
fan
Daniel
base, they're not happy with that.
Let me jump in here. Hi guys.
Hola, Beto.
Just
Hi,
because
Beto. Hola,
I've
Beto.
gotten to know DeAndre the last few months, we've been hanging out a little bit, get to know the young man. And this is the most I've ever heard him talk.
Yeah.
And he said that with his chest.
Oh,
man.
heart.
He said that with his chest. But you can hear the pain in his voice.
That's right.
For a non-sports fan, that hurt.
Eagles fan.
That hurted it.
I mean, I just can't believe that Sirianni would get into it with a fan like, bro, this isn't a high school football game where you're turning around and telling the band to quiet down.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an NFL football game. People say things. They yell at the coaches. They yell at the players. You're going to sit there and argue with these guys in Philly?
But apparently he's like, we feed off that energy. We like that energy. No, man. No, because your team has been struggling. It's the same story every single season so far. Ever since that Super Bowl hunt when they lost to the Chiefs, it's been the same story with Sirianni and the Eagles. And honestly, I'm telling you right now, the days are counting for him as a head coach with the Eagles. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to last the season.
Birds fan.
Bird gang.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen,
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Hey, I think
Right.
DeAndre got fired up at the beginning of today's show because, and I think it all started with my.
Was that DeAndre's first dealer's choice?
That was DeAndre's first dealer's choice. By the way, that was such
Well
a good,
done.
That was such a good dealer's choice that there may come days where I'm like, you know what? I think DeAndre might have a better dealer's choice than I have.
got you, man.
I'm going to hand it off to him. In fact, I'm going to hand it off to you like as if you're Saquon Barkley. I'm going to run the ball.
The handoff, by the way. JT the Brick wrote a book called The Handoff.
That's exactly right.
Were you in the book?
I was not in the book.
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Briefly. I don't remember, but I remember being in the book because I read it many, many years ago.
Your voice was on the series Starting 5.
Somebody else told me that in the first episode, talking about LeBron's age or something.
By the way, so funny.
That they took the audio from here.
Yeah. So Ramona was in the first episode. I've only seen the first episode.
Because I wasn't interviewed for it at all.
No, it was just they took a piece of audio from the show.
Yeah.
Ramona's in the episode, okay?
McMiniman.
Dave McMiniman is in there. And who is it? Was it Maverick Carter? It's so funny. Because has anybody else seen this besides me?
I've not.
It's his,
episode 1? Who is it? It's not Maverick
Rich
Carter.
Paul.
Rich Paul. Excuse me, Rich Paul. It's so funny. Let me ask everybody here a question. Does everybody assume that Aaron Rodgers got Robert Saleh fired?
Yes.
Does everybody assume that Aaron Rodgers had a hand in getting Nathaniel Hackett demoted?
No.
Okay. Does everybody here agree that Aaron Rodgers orchestrated the trade to get Davante Adams?
Yes.
Okay. Do you perceive that Aaron Rodgers is running the Jets?
Mostly, yes. But I believe he wanted Nat Hackett to still run the offense.
Okay. So if you believe that Aaron Rodgers is running the Jets,
For the most part.
you probably then also believe that LeBron is running the Lakers.
Maybe. I doubt it.
And in the first episode,
I mean, we've had these conversations, though.
Right.
He's wanted plenty of other players, and they didn't get him.
but in the
Kyrie.
first episode,
Right.
it definitely, the way it's edited, makes it look like LeBron was running the Lakers last year, not Darvin Ham.
Right.
Okay. So now you've got Rich Paul, and he's sitting there.
Well,
being
I mean,
interviewed.
you've heard all these players this year talk about how unorganized or how much lack of structure there
so
was.
So that's why LeBron probably was taking the initiative.
Yeah.
But Rich Paul is sitting there and he's being interviewed and he's saying, I don't know why everybody thinks LeBron is running this team. I mean, he doesn't have anywhere near the power that you think he has. And if he did, then he would have had A, B, and C. And so it's almost like they've gone out of their way.
It's true, though.
I know, but he had nothing to do with this show.
I mean, Lindsay and I have been right about that. Like, he wanted – how many times did he go, and tweet or talk about Kyrie Irving for a couple of years?
Yeah, but Kyrie, especially at the time, was bad news, and you didn't want to touch him.
I get it, but look, Dallas did, Mark Cuban did, and it worked out. They got to a finals.
I'll just say a slightly different market, and fans and sponsors might have been really offended by Kyrie, especially at the time.
I understand, but
business decisions.
But the Lakers could have done it.
But
the Lakers could have shielded that.
But I promise you, if you watch this first episode of Starting 5, Rich Paul comes from out of nowhere to defend LeBron for something that nobody even made an accusation of. It was hilarious. So I found it very entertaining.
I haven't watched it yet.
You're probably not going to watch it.
Probably not, because I don't watch. I don't watch any of those things.
I got to get to episode 2. This is where they introduce Anthony Edwards. So.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get.
All right, we're done here. Great job, DeAndre, Lindsay, the Circle, everybody, Cappy.